Hi, my name is Miss Pam, and I'm from Building Blocks Child Development Center here in Spencer, West Virginia. And I have a book for you today and a little bit of a project. Our book today is called The Gruffalo. That's one of my favorites. And there's the deep, dark woods. And there's a little mouse taking a walk right through the deep, dark woods. A mouse took a stroll through the deep, dark wood. A fox saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Come and have lunch in my underground house. Oh, it's terribly kind of you, fox, but no. I'm going to go have lunch with a Gruffalo. A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo? A Gruffalo? Why, don't you know? He has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws. Where are you going to meet him? Oh, here by these rocks. And his favorite food is roasted fox. Roasted fox, oh my, fox said. Goodbye, little mouse. And away he sped. Silly old fox, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo? And on went the mouse through the deep dark wood. An owl saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. Ooh, where are you going to, little brown mouse? Join me for tea in my treetop house. Oh, it's frightfully nice of you, owl, but no. I'm going to go have tea with a Gruffalo. A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo? A Gruffalo? Why, don't you know? He has knobby knees and turned out toes, and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. Where are you going to meet him? Here by the stream. And his favorite food is owl ice cream. Owl ice cream? To-wit, to-woo. Goodbye, little mouse. And away the owl flew. Silly old owl, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo? And on went the mouse through the deep dark wood, and a snake saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. Ooh, where are you going to, little brown mouse? Come for a feast in my log pile house. It's wonderfully good of you, snake, but no. I'm having a feast with a Gruffalo. A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo? A Gruffalo? Why, don't you know? His eyes are orange and his tongue is black, and he has purple prickles all over his back. Well, where are you going to meet him? Oh, here by this lake. And his favorite food is scrambled snake. Scrambled snake? It's time I hid. Goodbye, little mouse. And away the snake slid. Silly old snake, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo? But who is this creature with terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws? He has knobby knees and turned out toes, and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. His eyes are orange and his tongue is black, and he has purple prickles all over his back. Oh, help! Oh, no! It's a Gruffalo! My favorite food, the Gruffalo said. You'll taste good on a slice of bread. Good, said the mouse. Don't call me good. I'm the scariest creature in this deep, dark wood. Just walk behind me and soon you'll see. Everyone is afraid of me. Oh, sure, said the Gruffalo, bursting with laughter. "You lead the way, and I'll follow after." They walked and walked till the Gruffalo said, "I hear a hiss in the grass ahead." "It's Snake," said the Mouse. "Why, Snake! Hello!" Snake took one look at the Gruffalo. "Oh dear," he said. "Goodbye, little mouse," and slid right into his log pile house. "You see," said the Mouse, "I told you so." "Amazing," said the Gruffalo. They walked some more till the Gruffalo said, "I hear a hoot in the trees ahead." "It's Owl," said the Mouse. "Why, Owl, hello!" And Owl took one look at the Gruffalo. "Boo-hoo," he said. "Goodbye, little mouse." And he flew right up into his treetop house. "You see," said the Mouse, "I told you so." "Astounding," said the Gruffalo. They walked some more till the Gruffalo said, "I hear some paws on the path ahead." "It's Fox," said Mouse. "Why, Fox, hello!" Fox took one look at the Gruffalo. "Oh, help!" he said. "Goodbye, little mouse," and ran right into his underground house. The Mouse said, "Gruffalo, now you see, everyone is afraid of me. But now my tummy is starting to rumble, and my favorite food is Gruffalo crumble." "Gruffalo crumble," the Gruffalo said, and quick as the wind, he turned and fled. All was quiet in the deep dark wood. The Mouse found a nut, and the nut was good. The end. Now I'm going to put my glasses back on after I've read the story. So what do you think about that story? Was the mouse actually the scariest thing in the forest? I think maybe the Gruffalo was. Okay. So we are going to do what is called a story stick. Now, my story stick is a painter's stick that you stir paint with, and it has some little pictures on it with some Velcro. So, I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. We have my little pictures here, and I have some little Velcro on the back of them. Okay, and we're going to take them off right here real quick. You can do this way, or you can turn it this way. Now, as you can see, I just have some little pieces of Velcro on there. And you could use tape if you wanted to, and you could just tape your little pieces on there, however you wanted to do it. So, the mouse was walking through the forest, right? You remember him? And the first creature he came up to was, can you remember? The fox. And the fox said, "Little mouse, you look so good. Why don't you come to my house?" And the fox said, or the mouse said, "No, I'm going to go have dinner with the Gruffalo." And the mouse told the fox that the Gruffalo loved to eat foxes. And the fox says, "Oh, no, no, no," and he ran away. And next, the little mouse came up to the owl. And the owl seen the mouse, and the mouse looked good. And the owl invited the mouse to go where? Into his treetop house for some tea. And the mouse said, "Oh no, I can't do that. I'm going to go have tea with the Gruffalo." And the Gruffalo likes owl ice cream. And what happened to the owl? He was so scared. He's like, "Oh, no, 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 no." And he flew home. And next, the little mouse came up to the snake. And the snake says, "Hey, little mouse, You want to come in my log pile house? And what do you think the snake wanted to do with the little mouse? I don't think it was give him something to eat. I think that snake was wanting to eat the little mouse. But the little mouse was smart, and he said, oh, no, I don't need to do that because I'm going to go eat with the Gruffalo. And he likes scrambled snake. And the snake says, oh, no, that can't happen. I don't want to be eaten by a Gruffalo. And he went away. So the mouse was walking along, and then all of a sudden, what does he see? But the Gruffalo. And the Gruffalo says, ooh, I'm going to eat you up, little mouse. And the mouse says, now wait a minute. You need to remember that I am the scariest thing in the forest. So the Gruffalo gets behind the little mouse, and they go for a walk in the woods. And first they came upon the snake, and the snake's looking at the mouse, and the mouse is looking at the snake. But the snake is like looking over the mouse's head, and he sees the big old Gruffalo behind him and says, oh, no, I don't want to be eaten by the Gruffalo. The little snake is smart. He's out of the way. And then they come up on the owl again. And the owl sees the mouse, and the mouse sees the owl, but the owl also sees that big Gruffalo behind him. And what does the owl say? To-wit, to-whoo! And away he flew back to his treetop house. And then the Gruffalo says, I hear paws on the path ahead, and here comes Mr. Fox. And Mr. Fox sees Mr. Mouse, looks over his head and sees the big old Gruffalo behind him. And he's like, oh no, I don't want to be fox soup or fox stew or whatever else that Gruffalo decides to do to me. I'm out of here. And away he goes. So now it's just the fox and the Gruffalo. And what does that little mouse do? Why, he's so smart. He tells the Gruffalo, now the snake was afraid of me, and the owl was afraid of me, and the fox was afraid of me, and I've decided that I want some Gruffalo crumble. And what do you suppose that little mouse is doing? He's tricking the big old Gruffalo, and the Gruffalo says, no, Mr. Mouse, you're not going to eat me. I'm out of here too. And away the Gruffalo goes. And the little mouse, he walks through the woods until he finds himself a nice acorn. And he sits down and has an acorn for dinner. So, was the Gruffalo actually the scariest thing in the forest, or was it the mouse? What do you think? Well, I'm pretty sure that Gruffalo was, but that little mouse, he tricked the snake, and he tricked the owl, and he tricked the fox into thinking that he was the most scariest thing in the forest. Alright, well, there you go. The story sticks are important because the story stick lets you remember a story. Okay, and when you work on remembering something, it's good for your brain. Okay, so we have our Gruffalo, and our mouse, and our snake, and our owl, and our fox. Do you think you could come up with a different story with these characters? Maybe the snake is meeting the Gruffalo. Maybe the owl is going to meet the Gruffalo. Do you think the story would be different if we changed up the way that the characters work? I don't know. Maybe you should try making a story stick and see what you come up with. Alright. Well, that is it for me today. I hope you had fun, and I hope you enjoyed our story. And I'll see you next time. Bye.